Hello, welcome to Spare Time today. Basically, the news today is actually very funny news and very interesting. Tinubu tries for foreign direct investment. Firstly, I want to say one thing. Imagine right now, there's an individual, he wants to be a musician. And in the process of him want to be a musician, he's looking for someone that can fund his career. I want to ask you, will you fund a career that you don't see any potential in? If let's say that you're a bank manager or whatever, that's the problem with Nigeria. You want foreign investors, but you ask yourself, what am I investing in? There are a lot of smart people, but you don't have a plan to make them useful. What am I investing in? What does this actually mean? But let's even read this situation. In his independence anniversary broadcast on October 1st, President Bola Tinubu, his administrative effort to drive foreign investment into the country, he noted that within the first 16 months, his administration have brought $13 billion in foreign direct investment. 13 billion dollars in foreign direct investment. $30 billion is a lot of money. 30 billion, that's a lot of money. But when you actually look at it, for a population of 200 something million people, it's actually small. And with a population where at least, let's say 90 million are very educated, and the many 100 million are young population that probably could work in maybe factories and things like that, you just look at it small. But you want to you want to invest. Okay, in Nigeria, no electricity. One of the main reasons why there's no electricity, they put it there that private sector can't create electricity. It has to be government. The government can't do the work. I'm telling you, if you give that to the private people, you see a lot of hungry Nigerians that have money and want to make more money. They'll do all the power line, do maybe hydro, dam or whatever to invest in it. Before you know, everywhere there's electricity, maybe nuclear plant or whatever, or coal plant. It doesn't matter if it's green or not green or anything. But now you want someone to invest in the country. You're investing in a country and then you ask yourself, no even electricity. Is there hope of there being electricity? No. How now will you start running businesses without electricity? That's just another thing. So it's not just asking for investment. It's actually making sure that you're worth investing. Is Nigeria worth investing? I think that's a very huge thing that Bola Tinubu should answer. If Bola Tinubu is the one, is he going to invest in that country? So for you to make the country to be attractive, to be honest, give it to the private sector. Just hand it all away to the private sector. Don't even touch any goddamn thing. Because the more Nigerian government touch things, the more things get bad. They are like maggot. They just rot in your goddamn thing. That's just it. When President Tinubu attended the G20 summit in India in August last year, he had a commitment with Indian businessmen who pledged to make a combined $14 billion additional to investment in Nigeria. Some of the Indian businessmen have had existing businesses in Nigeria. Okay, so firstly, that just means one thing: they're not even fresh investors. That's one thing to say about that. They've been in Nigeria, so basically they know the way and out and things. But I think the country also needs fresh investors, new investors that can pump in money into the economy. But to be honest with you, I've said this over and over and over and over and over again. We are not understanding what investment means. Investment means putting something in something that I trust. To be honest, that's just it. You cannot trust Nigeria. It's not just possible. Firstly, they gotta just deal with the infrastructure, deal with security. But I will still say the government will not solve this issue. They should give it to the private sector. But let's keep reading. The chairman of Ethel were in the room with the president, with President Tinubu when this announcement were made. The president didn't impose this commitment on them. They saw that they needed themselves because of their confidence in the new economic direction I don't really think that there's any new economic direction, to be honest with you. I don't think they just want to increase their blueprint in Nigeria anyway, because they're already there. They're existing companies. Airtel is existing in Nigeria anyway. But basically, that's it. This is a very big issue. $30 billion is not a good thing for a country of 200 and something million people. There needs to be more investment in the country, like a really huge more investment in the country, because $30 billion is basically just like every Nigerian getting like $120 when you want to just scale it on that scale. It's really not it. We need more investment, but they need to make the country worth investing, and the only way to do that is to make everything privatize everything. Let private companies deal with the electricity. To be honest with you, even if private companies deal with it and it costs a lot, it's still better than not even having any. Here in the Western world, private companies deal with a lot of stuff and it costs a lot. But guess what? At least they still have it. So you gotta ask yourself that. Okay, now I want to at least read this. Based on so pro announcement by various company and investors since Tinubu administration took off, the following represent a summary of a new round of investment that is committed to Nigeria. So new investment committed to Nigeria. ExxonMobil is trying to bring $10 billion to expand Nigerian deep water oil production. India, $14 billion. Well, from his visit to India. Then Indorama, $8 billion to expand its petrochemical and fertilizer plant in Nigeria. Okay, then Airtel, $800 million to expand network. Then we have Jindal Steel, want to invest $3 billion for steel production. Coca-Cola invested $1 billion. Yeah, there are a lot of companies there that want to invest quite a lot. Even Shell want to invest $3 billion. But to be honest with you, it's still not enough. It's still not enough. The country needs more and more investment. But you need to ask yourself, what are we investing in? Nigeria is a huge country with a lot of smart people. A lot can be done. They just need to make it attractive. That's the thing, attract people. And the government don't know how to do that, to be honest, because Nigerian government is the most useless government in the world. Tinubu is the most useless president in the world. He doesn't know how to attract investors, because if you want to attract investors, you need to be attractive yourself. It's like getting a girlfriend. If you're not attractive, it's going to be hard to get one. That's just the sincere truth. So they need to make the economy attractive. Privatize a lot of things to start building all these things that we don't have. Even if it's road also. Let private companies deal with other stuff. I'm telling you, things are going to even get there immediately, quick. Because there are a lot of smart people in the country that can make sure we have electricity. And there are a lot of people that have money in the country. Yeah, 200 and something million people. There are a lot of people that have money. If you want to start the investment right now, tell all the people that have money, okay, we need cash to do this. You'll be getting return when the electricity is running. You'll see there's money. But you need to just privatize it. Forget the government. They can't do anything.